Hello.
Oh, hello.
Well, so there's a reason I dropped by. Unexpected visitors.
Are you? Shut up. You're pregnant?
Please don't be mad.
I'm not mad. Okay. I'm not mad.
The longer I waited to tell people, the more it was like awkward to tell people. But
how long has this been?
I'm more than halfway there.
Stop.
Today I was at work and I was like, I just gotta go by there when I get off, or I wish you could meet me in the maternity ward.
Oh. I'm over the moon that Ashley is pregnant. I mean, these days, all I do is think about my mom, and this is one of those things that has brightened my day a little bit. A new baby is always good news, and it's a little something to feel hopeful about, and then that feels good.
What's in your water?
Lemon juice.
Oh.
Guess who I've been hanging out with? Lenny. He's been really...
You and Lenny?
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
There is nothing between...
Yeah, I don't get that vibe from you guys. I think part of the problem was I never really super got that vibe from you guys to start with.
Actually, I find him more attractive now, to be honest. Yeah, he quit drinking, trimmed up that beard. I just mean objectively, like he's like, you know, he's changed a little bit. In fact...
Now, you don't talk to your boyfriend like this about him, right?
I could, yeah.
It doesn't really surprise me that, like, Lenny wanted to come back into Whitney's life. It does surprise me a little bit that Whitney let him come back into her life. I think Lenny makes a great friend. He's a good guy with a good heart. And I mean, I just trust Whitney to make her own decisions about what she's doing in her life.
I really intended to actually come by sooner, but the day that I was like, all right, I'm gonna go see Whitney tonight is like when everything happened with Babs, and it just didn't seem right to like come bring in my happy news. And
Right.
I mean, I know things still aren't better, but I don't want to wait any longer. How is she? Like, how are you?
Okay.
It's okay not to be. Do you have it in you to give me like an update?
Yeah, it's just not good. She's like, she was able to like talk a little bit, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, take your time.
My mom has continued to withdraw over the last couple days, and my mom does have a UTI, which I know that UTIs can be devastating for older people, and I have to wonder if her decline over the past few days is not related to this infection.
I got a call from a doctor. Basically, he said he was gonna put me in touch with the palliative care people, and that she no longer qualified for rehab, and they had to put a feeding tube in her and stuff. And basically, he was like, you know, you need to decide with your family, like if you want to keep her feeding tube in. And I was like, well, what does that mean? You would just take it out and she would starve? And he said, essentially,
Yes,
Yeah.
just like let her starve to death.
yeah.
Are they like thinking that this?
Basically, he said he recommends he called it a skilled nursing facility where she has round the clock like medical care and like that. We got a meeting with a social worker who's like with the palliative care people. Her name's Mary, and I don't know if we would be able to bring her just home and just have care at home. I just don't understand, because there was no new stroke, no new seizure, no potassium's fine, electrolytes fine. There's only infection, and this infection can go away, right? And then maybe she can be better. And he talked to me about finding her a skilled nursing home where I think she just lay in a bed. I know she's not been doing well, but we're not ready for that, and I'm not ready to give up on her. If I could just get next to my mom, I just want to be beside her, and I want to tell her that I love her, and I want her to hear me. And I had some good days with her in the ICU, but my brother didn't have it. My dad doesn't have it. It's just this, like, insatiable need to be like, does this person know how much I love them? And like my mom could never understand. She could never understand how much I love her. Ooh, sorry, I'm losing it. I saw my mom today, and Hunter and Dad are in their COVID isolation. So it's been really hard being the only person that can see my mom. She hasn't really been getting much better since she got a UTI. I talked to her doctor, and he said he didn't see any progress. And that the more days go by with no progress, the less progress there's gonna be. I'm gonna call my dad and tell him that they don't think she's gonna get any better, that this is really it. And I can't stand that I have to call my dad and tell him this. Dad?
Yeah,
Hey.
what's wrong? Whitney, what's wrong?
Yeah, well, Mom was mostly asleep, so I didn't really get to talk to her much. You know, they were thinking she could go to the rehab,
Yeah?
and they said where she's at right now, she would not qualify for the rehab. And that we could look into a nursing facility.
Well, I can't believe she's taken a turn for the worse. Seems to me that the UTI is exactly what coincides with her being in the shape she is right now.
Yeah. I mean, he's almost like they were trying to get me ready, like, tell me that they're ready to discharge her or something. And we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, well, let's talk to our nurse advocate. She's been really helpful. Mary's been a really helpful person. Let's see what advice she's got for us.
Okay. Okay, Daddy, I love you.
I love you too, sweetheart.
Okay, bye. Jacob, I need to go home. I'm going home.
Let's put you in the car. I'll get in with you.
Dealing with my parents' mortality is the worst thing that can happen to me. I will never love anyone more, and I will never be loved by anyone more. She's everything to our family. Oh my God, I just don't want her to suffer. I just don't want her in there suffering. And my dad can't be with her. I just can't stand it. And I can't do anything for her. And they're trying to take her. See, it's time for her to go.
Let me drive you home.
Okay. You know, they're preparing me, I want to say for the worst, but the doctor kept using the word realistic. I don't think they're preparing us for the worst. I think they're saying this is what it is. My biggest priority is my mother, period, and always will be. And I'm not giving up on her yet.